4 cups, 32 ounces of orange juice for dinner, because I want my dinners to be as light as my breakfasts. I don't want to have to eat a heavy dinner that, boom, just brings me down and kind of conks me out and forces me to sleep. I always want to be race ready. I always want to eat the food that allows me to go out and run right after, that allows me to go out and cycle and swim and hike and play right after. If you can't do handstands and cartwheels and flip turns in the swimming pool after you've just eaten, you've probably eaten too much or you've eaten the wrong foods. The beautiful thing about a fruitarian diet is that it doesn't impede you in any way. A fruitarian diet lets you fly free. There's no balls and chains, there's no addictions, there's no heaviness, unless you're eating, sure, a bunch of durian, or maybe a bunch of avocados, or maybe a bunch of coconut meat or something. Other than those 3 foods, like nuts and seeds don't even count as food. Nuts and seeds are just little rocks and pebbles. So that's not even included. In vegetables, I don't even eat vegetables, because those, again, you gotta wait for vegetables to digest, yeah? Fruit, you don't have to wait, you just pop it in, right through you, easy, done. Vegetables, they take time, you gotta wait. So, fruitarianism, true fruitarianism, just eating fruits, maybe some greens if you want, it doesn't impede you in any way. Low-fat fruitarian diet does not impede you in any way. So I don't know why so many people, they start a low-fat fruitarian diet, they feel like, oh my god, this is amazing, I'm gonna write a book about it, and then they write these books about it, or they come up with these ebooks about it, they pump out a bunch of YouTube videos about the benefits and how amazing they feel on this diet. I don't know how they can go back to eating other foods without feeling like absolute shit, man. Like, my whole story, the only reason like I am where I am right now behind this camera is because for the first 1.5 years, maybe 2 years, I struggled so much getting off the cooked food. I tried and I tried and I tried, and I'd make it a week and I'd fall back. I'd make it a month and I'd fall back. I'd make it a week and I'd fall back. I'd make it 3 months and I'd fall back. I'd make it a couple weeks and I'd fall back. Like, just on and off with this battle with cooked food. And I realize now, in hindsight, I realized, how come I kept slipping up? Was it because I was just like, the food was still in my system and I just hadn't gotten it out yet or whatever? But no, in hindsight, I can see that I just hadn't trained my focus enough. I hadn't trained my focus to focus enough on the fruit. When you focus on the fruit, you get more of it. You get whatever you focus on in life. But I was so focused on the cooked food I was leaving behind. You know, I was like leaving behind, but I wasn't looking forward to where I was going with fruitarianism. I was heading towards fruitarianism, but I kept turning back and thinking, oh, what about the rice? What about the quinoa? What about the potatoes? And I just magnetized myself to getting sucked back there. So now the focus is just forward, bro. The focus is forward. You've got to focus on where you want to go. So for me, I focus on fruit. High quality, delicious, A-grade, premium fruit. Sweet, juicy, delicious, fresh, raw, and living. You've got to fill your focus when it comes to food with fresh, raw, living foods. Fresh, raw, living foods are foods that you can feel flowing through your blood and make you feel absolutely triumphant. You've got to focus on the fruit, bro. Focus on the fruit. And when you do this, like I said, you get more of what you focus on. A portion of our brain that when whatever you focus on, it helps you find more of it very, very quickly, very, very quickly. And that part of our brain is called the reticular cortex. The reticular cortex finds and locates whatever you program it with. If you program it with fresh, sweet, raw, living, juicy foods like fruit, you're gonna find more of that. So why do you think the people who've been doing fruitarianism long term, who speak about it, and the ones who vlog about it, and the ones who write about it, and the ones who make Snapchats about it, these are the people who actually stick to the fruit diet. And the ones who talk about the other food are the ones who end up going back to the other foods. Peace out. Hope you learned something. I hope to see you on the fruitarian diet soon. Here's a little tomato plant for you. I love how it smells. Oh my gorgeous God.
Fruitarian, living lifestyle. Learn about the benefits and start now. Eating from the vine and feeling divine. Fruit living with nature's design.
Do you ever want to stop? No, don't stop till you get enough.